Hey everybody, it is Tools here, Tools 360 TCG, and I just started playing Magic the Gathering again after about I don't know, 4 to 5 year hiatus. I started out playing F&M in paper years ago, mostly the modern format. Also dabbled in a good bit of standard construction because when I played Star City games events with my team, I was the standard player out of the bunch. But my main friend group and everything, we all played modern at FNM, and I did dabble in arena and stuff when that came out. But we used to have to play on the old MTGO to practice and all that. But anyways, years ago when this channel is, as you can see, the last video posted on this channel is probably like 6 years old. Used to do Magic footage and gameplay, and now I'm thinking about getting back into doing that and streaming on Twitch. So I said, where better to start than with Arena, and that's what I recently just started playing again, literally about a week ago. I don't know why, I just got bored one day. I was like, I should look into, actually I got bored at work. So I started looking at Magic and seeing how much it's changed over the years. The modern metagame is not even close to what it once was. I used to play, well, in paper before COVID, I had pretty much every modern staple and almost every modern deck, and it was a lot of money invested, and I did sell off my collection during COVID because there was nowhere to play in person, and everything started going more towards the online. And coming to find out now, there's not really a scene too much anymore around here as far as LCSs and stuff like that, so I figured I'd just go ahead and play Arena and play MTGO again. So I just started out. I actually had enough wildcards on my main account to make Is It Prowess, so I did. But that's not the point of this video. This is my other account. I had started it back years ago as a free-to-play only account. So I logged back into here and saw there was a bunch of tutorials and stuff I had to go through that they've probably added over the years. So I did have a little bit of gold and stuff in this account, but my goal for this series is to do basically a Magic Arena free-to-play grind type of thing, with the ultimate goal being to max out as much as our collection as possible and be able to build a lot of the more competitive decks for some of the formats like Standard, Pioneer are the two that I'm most interested in, but there's also Alchemy and Historic and Brawl and some other stuff. So we have a very limited collection. We do have a quick draft token. We're at the point of the tutorial where it's time to do a draft. So what we've done up to this point, and I recommend that anyone starting out does the same, go through it. They'll kind of guide you at first, but you want to do these color challenges where you'll go through each of the colors in Magic and play a series of games against the computer, and you'll unlock some cards and stuff, but then you'll progress, get some gold, progress through the tutorial section. And then you'll want to hop over here. There's this starter deck duel that gives you these pre-constructed decks to play in this event. There's no entry fee or anything. You get a couple wins, you get a reward, but this is a good spot for people starting out to grind your daily quests, which I'll talk about in just a little bit. But every win, if you win with one of these decks, you get to unlock it permanently for play, and the cards get added to your collection. So that's nice. So I recommend going through, getting a win with each one of those decks and getting it unlocked. Which leads me to our main way to grind Arena, which is to get gold. And to get gold, you do your daily quest here. So every week there'll be a max of 15 wins you can get that will go towards some gold and filling out this Mastery XP, which is basically the battle pass, similar to any other type of video game if you've played like Call of Duty and stuff like that. And you get rewards as you progress through the battle pass. Ultimately, your goal as a free-to-play player should be able to get enough gems, which is one of the currencies in the game, to buy the battle pass, and you will get a ton of rewards from it. So that's the main grind, essentially. Other than filling out your collection and all that. So you get 15 wins a week. You'll max out your battle pass XP there. You can get up to 15 wins a day. You'll also get gold and experience towards that battle pass. However, It's recommended to only if you're pressed for time and you can't play hours a day. The best thing to do is to basically get like 5 wins a day. You'll get the most out of these rewards, and then you'll get 3 daily quests that'll pop up. Right now I have one completed, so another one will pop up in 16 hours. But you can hold a maximum of 3 of them, and what you can do is you can re-roll them. The default will be 500 gold, but sometimes you'll get one for 750, which is nice. So you're just gonna increase your gold on the account and get more that way, and you also get a little battle pass XP for doing these as well. But the ultimate goal is to basically grind out every single one of your daily challenges, play any kind of format to get about 5 wins a day, and that'll max out your weekly wins as well, and then basically work towards progressing this mastery pass. Again, you need to purchase it, so you need to get the gems to get there, but we'll get into that shortly. So I'm going to take this one quest I got here that's open and re-roll it, and hey, we look, perfect example. We rolled our 500 coin quest into a 750, so we're going to get the maximum gold from that daily that we can, and it's just to play 40 lands, which is a really simple one. We'll get over the course of a few games, so that is very nice. Now, since I played last, they've also added some achievements, which are like kind of like Xbox or PlayStation trophies or Xbox achievements that you'll just get throughout playing. Don't worry too much about those. They'll kind of progress naturally. Again, so the gold. So we're going to get 750 gold there. We're going to get gold from winning games and stuff. And basically what you want to do is you want to take that gold and spend it in a couple ways when you're starting out. One of the good things to do is this jump in event. That's just something new that they've added since, I played years ago. Basically what it will do is you will get to randomly pick 2 decks to build, and there is a spreadsheet and stuff. So basically you'll pay 1,000 gold, you'll get to pick 2 decks, and you'll make a 40 card deck out of those 2 decks, but it will give you 2 rares or mythics in the process that go with those decks. So there is spreadsheets and stuff you can use to track which ones you get, but it's a really nice way to add rares and mythics to your collection without spending too much gold. It's actually a little more profitable as far as filling out the collection to do this as opposed to even opening packs or anything. So this is one of the places we'll be spending some of our gold. The other places, starting out, you're gonna accumulate gold through your dailies and stuff, and then you're gonna try to spend that gold as quick as you can to kind of fill out your collection. This is one way we're gonna spend that gold. Another way to do it, which it wants us to basically, because we're still kind of following the tutorial, it's gonna want us to do a quick draft. But if you go into quick draft, this will be drafting against the computer. You'll get 3 packs of cards to open, so at least 3 rares, and you'll basically build your draft deck, and you will get wins, and you have a chance to get lots of gems to build up. So again, we're basically going to be taking our gold, spending it on the jump-in event, spending it on drafts in order to convert it to gems, and with those gems we can obviously buy the mastery pass. That should be the first priority, to get the 3,400 to buy that a month, or however long the season goes. And then the second priority would be to use those gems to also enter other events and stuff like that. And the goal is to ultimately fill out your collection. So the only thing I've got right now for decks are all the starter decks and all the cards and stuff that have come with that, as well as a couple jump-in cards I got from there as I was trying to figure out how all that stuff worked. But what we're going to do today, when you logged into, like when I logged into this account, or if you're starting a new account, go look online. There'll be some codes. You can get some free packs and stuff to get your collection started. So when I logged in, I had a bunch of packs and I actually opened them. So we have a good bit of wild cards here. We have 29 common, 30 uncommon, 13 rare, and 5 mythic. And what those wild cards do is they allow you to craft cards for the decks you need. So, just as an example, I will pick one. So this card we only have 2 copies of. Ideally, we would want to have 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft 2 more, and it used 2 uncommon wild cards because this card is uncommon. It's a silver. And so there we go. Now we have 4. So you can craft any card in the game. Again, the goal is to save your wild cards because you'll need a lot of rare and mythic ones to make the best decks and stuff to be competitive with. That should ultimately be the goal for you, is to build, you know, a competitive standard deck or whatever format you prefer. And you really want to save your wild cards for that. So we're going to try to build up the collection as much as possible without spending any real money. Now, if you are in your budget, if you look at the store, there's lots of cool ways to spend money. You'll want to just buy gems and packs and stuff like that. They also have a lot of cosmetics and stuff, but these pre-order packs are generally the best value. So on my main account, I purchased all these, so you get 50 packs of the new Final Fantasy set coming out, which is going to be a super cool set. So if you do have money, it'll shortcut. It'll get you, basically the more packs you open, the more wild cards you're going to get, and the more you're going to fill out your collection and stuff like that. But before we get started on our draft, we do have 4 Dragonstorm packs and 3 Foundations packs. So let's open these packs and see if we can get something good here. So when you open packs, every 6 packs you open will get a gold wild card, or a rare wild card. And then once you fill that out a couple times, it'll turn into a mythic, and you'll get a mythic one. And then obviously you get uncommons through the whole process. And you can also get the wild cards in packs, so you can get it as a random drop, or you can get it if you already have 4 copies of a card that was supposed to be in that pack. And then every pack will, of course, will have a rare or mythic. So we got a Scavenger Regent. Not sure that's super playable in Constructed. Next pack, Tersa Light Shatter, which is a good rare to have. It's good in the red deck, so that's cool. Playable in Standard. Got another uncommon, and we got a rare wild card there, which is nice. Ultimately, the goal between opening packs and everything is to accumulate as many rare wild cards as possible, because those are the ones you'll mostly need for building decks. So now we got 14 of those, which is nice. And we opened 6 packs, so on our 6th pack, we got that automatic rare wild card, so we get a free one there. And we got a Sarkhan Dragon Ascendant, not really standard playable. Then we got 3 of these Foundation cards. I'm not going to go any specifics on the formats and stuff, but, you know, Standard rotates out. But you can use these cards once they're rotated out of Standard for other formats and stuff like that. So we got Loot Exuberant Explorer. We got 2 uncommons and a common wild card there. Coma World Eater. Okay. And there was our packs. So I just wanted to say, I saved those up from playing the jump-ins and stuff the last couple of days. I got those as rewards. Sometimes you'll get them from the Mastery Pass. Sometimes you'll just randomly get a pack. Like, I think from the jump-in rewards, I randomly got a pack at one of these. You'll either get a card or a pack. That's why it's worth it to play those as well. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go... The tutorial section is giving us a quick draft token. So we're going to go play a quick draft. Right now it's Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I would have preferred it be Tarkir Dragonstorm, as I just started learning that format. And obviously Caverns came out before I started playing again, so I don't know this format as well. So we're going to do it anyways, just because that's what it is and the tutorial wants us. So basically we're going to pick a draft out of 3 packs. So with the quick draft, you're guaranteed at least 3 rares. Plus, based on your wins, you'll get bonus packs and stuff like that. So for 5,000 gold, you're pretty much going to break even, at least pretty much every time. Even if you don't get any wins, you'll still get a little bit of gems, and you would have opened 4 packs, but still another chance to get a 5th pack. So really useful to play these at only 5,000 coins. That's one of the things you can save up your coins for. So the jump-in event is 1,000. That'll get you a couple rares. This quick draft would be 5,000, and that'll get you a good handful of rares as well. And there's other drafts and stuff we haven't unlocked yet that will pop up as soon as we progress through this tutorial. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our quick draft. Now, the quick draft is just against the computer you're drafting wise, so you can take your time reading the cards and making your picks. There's not like a time limit, which you would normally have on a draft. And then at the end of it, you make your best deck and you play against other players, and hopefully we can get up to these 3 or 4 wins at least to get some good rewards. And it's going to build up our gems for that mastery pass and stuff like that. And we're going to get some packs to open. So Ixalan is in standard format. It will be rotating out, though, later this year. I'm not sure on the dates yet. But that's one of the things that's going to happen. So let's get these. We got that free token as part of the tutorial, so we're definitely going to use that. And it'll get right into our first pack. Generally, when drafting any of the quick drafts, the traditional drafts, we're in the goal of trying to build our collection. What we'll want to do is take the rares as much as possible. So this rare, Malcolm Alluring Scoundrel, 2-drop, white and blue, flash flying. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put a chorus counter on it. Draw a card, then discard a card. If there are 4 or more chorus counters in Malcolm, you may cast a discarded card without paying its mana cost. Flash flying is pretty useful in draft. It's a 2-drop, which is nice. But that's probably the card we're going to take. Council of Echoes, Flying Descend. When this creature enters, there are 4 more permanent cards in your graveyard. Return them to 1 target non-land permanent. Dreadmaw's Ire, 1 red instant. Until end of turn, target attacking creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample. Now, I'm not going to go into the specifics and stuff on cards. This isn't like a strategy video or anything. I'm assuming at least you have a little basic knowledge going into this. Maybe I'll do some other tutorial videos and stuff if, you know, for people who are absolute beginners. But doing this, I'm just going to assume you have a little bit of knowledge on Magic, the format, and have at least looked at some of these cards. Now, Quali the Seething Tower is a card that might look good at first glance. So as long as there are 4 more permanent cards in your graveyard, it gets +2/+2 and has trample. Is there 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, it gets an additional +2/+2 and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. That's not a bad pick if this rare wasn't here. Deconstruction Hammer. This Oltec Cloud Guard is a really good card in this format, and I heard white is the #1 color in this format. Blue is up there as well. So white has a lot of good cards. Like the Landmark isn't bad either. It's an artifact that's gonna so one of the mechanics in this set is that you can craft artifacts to turn them into another artifact or a creature, stuff like that. Target artifact. We definitely want to prioritize bombs and removal first in drafts, and then evasion. Ray of Ruin is okay, but it's a very expensive card. It basically exiles a creature, vehicle, or non-basic land. There's another equipment. There's going to be a lot of artifacts in this set. Capybara is not very good. Hunter's Blowgun. Come on, Lily. Sorry, my cat is in the way. I can't see. Hidden Cataract. Lily. Ow, shit, man. Alright. We're going to take the Malcolm, though. We're not going to be tied into blue, but it's the rare, so we're going to definitely take that. We get a second rare that came to us, which is red, and it's an enchantment. It says, whenever 1 or more dinosaurs you control attack, create that many treasure tokens. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. So because we're trying to fill out our collection, we might end up just taking that again, and we could go blue-white for this draft, or we could go red-green dinosaurs. But let's look at any blue cards first. Hurl into history, counter target artifact or creature spell. Discover X, where X is that spell's mana value. Not very great. Alternative Sunscribe. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, scry 1. Cosmic Blast deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. The Iron Paw Aspirant is not a bad common either. It's a 2 mana, 1/2. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Backlash Blunder, return target creature to its owner's hand. That's good tempo. Tempo removal or bounce. Veto's Inquisitor. Black is not very good in this set, in my opinion. This red dinosaur gnome is pretty cool looking. But we'll take this enchantment here and try to build maybe a red-green dinosaur deck, or still go blue, but getting another rare here is nice. So no rares in this pack. We got Council of Echoes, though, which we saw in our first pack. If there are 4 more permanent cards in your grave, return up to 1 target non-land permanent. It's not bad. These black creatures we're probably staying away from. Flying Vigilance 1/1. When this creature dies, target creature you control explores for 1-drop is pretty nice. The Cloud Guard is really nice. So it's a 4 mana creature that has flying. It's a 3/2. When the creature enters, create a 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature token. So one of these 2 cards might be the pick. The Brine Fang is okay, but not great. Out of Air, not great. Creatures can't block this turn. The artifact enters, deals 2 damage to any target. It's actually not horrible. The Sunfire Torch, okay. And each creature they control. Hazard's a nice, could be a nice board wipe, but creatures are going to be too big. A Trample 5/4 for 5, Descend. Gets a counter, is not horrible either. So there's a lot of good options we can go with here. What I think I'm going to do is probably go with the Cloud Guard, and we could keep colors open here. So not a rare, but an uncommon Nickenzil Current Conductor. So it's Simic. It's a green and a blue. Merfolk Scout. Whenever a creature you control explores a land card, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Whenever a creature you control explores a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter. Game Ball is not good at all. So we're going to look at white, blue, and red here. So 3/2. When this creature enters, you may sacrifice another creature artifact. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each of 2 target creatures is okay. The Inverted Iceberg is an okay card, an artifact. When you craft it, basically it turns into a big creature. Puzzle Door, okay. Deathcap Marionette's pretty good too, but we're not going black at all. Some good Rakdos cards here. Black, red. Another Malmont Veteran. Over the Edge, destroy target artifact or enchantment, and target creature you control explores, then it explores again. Could be a good green removal spell, but again, we're not really in green yet. And then a colorless gnome. Let's take the Glorifier of Suffering. So we got a Bloodthorn Flail. Calamitous Cave-In. X damage to each creature in each planeswalker, where X is the number of caves you control plus the number of cave cards in your graveyard. Cave are lands in this set, and you kind of have to build around them. The Sunscribe is 2/2. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, scry 1. Pretty decent. The Landmark, scry 2 when it enters, and if you craft it with another artifact, turns into a 1/4 flyer. And makes another flyer. Pirate Hat. Blue-Red Pirates is a good archetype in this format as well. First strike, it's on a turn. That's a good kind of, could be a removal. The Wander Glyph is pretty good, so it's whenever this creature becomes tapped, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. So my pick here is between the Wander Glyph and the Sunscribe, I think. We could ultimately end up going red, Boros, kind of aggro. Even though we have this dinosaur card, we haven't really seen any dinosaurs yet. Which is a little weird. Well, let's take the Wander Glyph. We got a red card here. Whenever this artifact or another artifact you control enters, up to one target creature you control gets +1/+1/0 and gains haste until end of turn. Then you transform it if you control 4 or more artifacts, and it'll buff up your creatures. Basic land card or cave card. Another Sunscribe. 1,000 Moons Infantry is pretty decent too. It's just a 2/4. And it untaps, so basically it has Vigilance. Ray of Ruin, Capybara, green. We're not going green at all. Could take the blue Cave, but we don't really need it. So it's between 1,000 Moons, Sunscribe. Let's take the 1,000 Moons just for a body and a 3-drop. Gauntlet Dismantler. Artifacts your opponents control enter tapped. Not really super useful. This blue card, artifacts, turns into a vehicle. Wrapped it with an island. 3/3, it's a... Okay, so it's a cave manland, which could be nice. Blast deals 4 damage to a target attacking or blocking creature. I'm going to take the Causium Blast for a little bit of removal there. Removal is pretty important. Merfolk Cave Diver. It's not bad at all. Swashbuckler's Whip. We're not doing pirates. Vault, destroy target non-basic land. That's not really that useful. Another Glorifier of Suffering. Waylaying Pirates is okay in the right deck. Not very good. But the Ancestors is not great. Compass Gnome. We're going to take another Glorifier. It looks like everyone leaning heavy white here right now. Deconstruction Hammer. Equipped creature gets ++1. Has 3. Sacrifice a hammer. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Cry 2. Relic's Roar. Little disappointed we didn't see more dinosaurs here. Equipped creature is +1/+1. Equipped creature has Death Touch during your turn. Otherwise, it has Reach. It's a pretty useful artifact. I'm going to take that. Gold Fury Strider, 5-drop, trample, 3/5. Tap 2 untapped artifacts or creatures you control. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Another Causium Blast. Hidden Courtyard. We'll take the Blast. We're not going black. Daring Discovery. Up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn. Very expensive, but useful. Discover 4 means you can cast a spell from the top of your library if it's 4 or less, which is nice. We'll take that as a red combat trick. And we'll take the green creature here just in case we end up with more dinosaurs. The Landmark, we'll take that. We could try running one of those. Over the Edge. Out of Air. Okay. That was our first pack. Second pack. We got a rare. We got Kellen, Daring Travelers, white and green. For 2 mana, it's a 2/3. Whenever it attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card with mana value 3 or less, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you can put it into your graveyard. Okay. Canonized in Blood. Deep Cavern Bat, really good card. We're just not going black at all out of that first pack. Flying lifelink 1/1. When this creature enters, look at the target opponent's hand. You may exile a non-land card from it until this creature leaves the battlefield. Scallywag is good for a pirate deck. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, create a treasure token. Twist and Turns is not really good. Quicksand Whirlpool. Costs 3 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. Exile target creature. Some more white removal. Acolyte of Ecclesotz. Ordio Nar. Sunshot Militia is meh. Over the Edge. Poison Dart Frog is really good too for green. It's a 1/1 reach that can also get Death Touch. Wandering, when this creature attacks, exile target card from opponent's graveyard. Good sideboard card. So we're not interested really in green or black, so we're still looking white, red, and no commitment to blue yet. There's only one blue card here. So definitely taking the Kellen. Be a nice rare to get to, especially for our collection. Even if we can't use the sorcery part, we can still use the creature part. We got a Sithclaw Raptor, which is whenever a player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, the creature deals 4 damage to them. So it's good punishing people who use instants. Explorer's Cache. Pilgrim Flying Ward, 2/5 for 5. Petrify is good. Enchant artifact or creature. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block. Activated abilities can't be activated. Waterwind Scout is also a good common. It's a 2/2 flyer. When this creature enters, create a map token. Scything Blade. A Braid is also good removal. Does 3 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. Yeah, no dinosaurs still. There's one dinosaur. But we're not going dinosaurs anymore. Pretty set now on white, red. Sort of kind of aggro. Mid-range, there's a little bit of that white control. I think here... tempted to take the Petrify. And hope one of these creatures... that creature or the Abrade comes back to us. I think Petrify is the right play there. Right. Market Gnome. When this creature dies, you gain 1 life and draw a card. When this creature is exiled from the battlefield while you're activating a craft ability, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Another Scallywag. Another Blast. We don't want to have too much removal, so I might pass on that Blast. Burning Sun Cavalry, a 2/2 for 2. Whenever this creature attacks or blocks while you control a dinosaur, this creature gets +1. We're not going dinosaurs, so it's a little weak. We're going to have to... I think the Blast is the best card here. Visage of Dread. Glowcap Lantern. Alternative Sunscribe I wouldn't mind taking. Quicksand Whirlpool. We already have a good bit of removal. Scout. Goblin Tomb Raider. It's a 1-drop. Control an artifact creatures +1/+0. Has haste. Bunch of green cards. A Hidden Volcano. Let's take the Sunscribe. 2/2 for 2. Bethosaur's okay, but again, we're not going blue, really, it looks like, unless we splash it. When this creature enters, and in this format, it's either more profitable to go 1 color or 2 colors. If you go 3 colors, your win rates go down drastically. Just looking at statistics-wise. Family Reunion, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Creatures you control get hexproof until end of turn. That could be very useful. We could add a big boy. It's a dinosaur. 6/5 trample for 6. Sacrifice a land, draw a card. So this, if we have artifacts, it'll create a token. So we might still end up using that. Let's take the the dinosaur, the big boy. We necessarily don't have to have all dinosaurs to use Ingenuity. We just need artifacts as well. We got another Sunscribe. This Envoy Okinek Ahu is a 3/3 for 3 that can make a token. Another 1,000 Moons, which is useful. Ancestor's Aid. Brazen Blade Master is a 3-drop 2/3. Whenever this creature attacks while you control 2 or more artifacts, it gets +2/+1 until end of turn. So if we're really going artifact heavy, we could do that. We could also take another Wander Glyph. But let's try out this 3-drop, and maybe we'll get the Wander Glyph or the Sunscribe back. Craft with 5 mana. Crafted, that's not a very good card. Got 1,000 Moons. Sun Cavalry. Take another 1,000 Moons. Got another 1,000 Moons. Tali's Favor is actually pretty decent. So it's a 3-drop enchantment aura. Enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, discover 3, so I can flip over cards and play something that has mana cost 3 or less, and equip creature plus +1 trample. Take the Favor. Bunch of red and green here, so nothing useful. Let's take the colorless creature. More black and green. No dinosaurs, huh? Well, this one is a land you control becomes a dinosaur. The Pilgrim is okay. Burning Sun Cavalry, I'll take. Seeker's Sunlight. Family Reunion came back to us, so that's kind of nice. Ancestor's Aid. And a Mountain. Last pack. We got a Mythic, which is Chimil, the Inner Sun. 6 mana, legendary artifact. Spells you control can't be countered. Very nice. At the beginning of your end step, you discover 5, so every turn you're playing something additional, so it's probably going to be a no-brainer pick. It'll go on the really top end of our curve, but it's a Mythic, which is great for the collection and all that. We got another Benthosaur, Sahili's Lattice. You may discard a card if you draw 2 cards. Craft with dinosaurs. So this would be good for our deck as well. Earthshaker Dreadmaw. Glimpse the Core. Acrobatic Leap. Shipwreck Sentry. Waterwind Scout. Nothing super great in red or white. So definitely taking this Chimal, the Inner Sun. A bunch of black cards here again. Dig-Site Conservator, not very good. Got a Sunscribe, 1,000 Moons Crackshot. Whenever this creature attacks, you may pay 3. When you do, tap target creature. Could be some okay evasion. Goblin Tomb Raider as a 1-drop might be okay. Also the Wander Glyph. Let's take the Crackshot. Self-Reflection. Pit of Offerings. Don't have any land. Another Old-Tech Cloud Guard would be really nice. A lot of these commons and stuff we've seen already, so I'm kind of quickly going through them. Rumbling Rockslide is a 4-mana sorcery. Deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. Would be some good higher-end removal. But I think we're really just going to go with that. The Old-Tech Cloud Guard. Calamitous Cave-In. X damage each creature, X is the number of caves we have. We don't have any caves. Another Causium Blast. Another Glorifier. Plundering Pirate. Create a treasure token for 3/2. Another Landmark. Probably just gonna go with another blast. We have 4 of them, so lots of removal. Acrobatic Leap. Or Thousands Moons, Infantry, Brazen Blade Master, Artifact deck. We're gonna take that. Family Reunion. Iron Paw Aspirant would be a good one. When this creature enters, put +1 counter on target creature. Deep King, which is an artifact. Sunfire Torch. So between the Idol, the Deep King, and the Aspirant, we'll just take the Aspirant, meaning for another creature. We could have our 5th Blast. Hotfoot Gnome, 3-drop haste, so another target creature gains haste until end of turn. Probably just going to take that. Might of the Ancestors. Beginning of combat in your turn, target creature control gets +2 and gains vigilance. Could be useful. Another Thousands of Moons, Crack Shot. We have lots of 2-drops. Let's take this enchantment. Not sure if we'll use it. Acrobatic Leap. We'll take the 1-drop Goblin. Pit of Offerings could be a sideboard card. Exile up the 3 cards from graveyards. But we're not doing sideboard, so it doesn't really matter. Take another Reunion over the creature. And let's take this one. Another Reunion. And a Plains. Let's go build our deck. See if we can get some wins with it. We're going heavy white, red, Boros aggro. Our vault increased. What's not going to make it? Probably this. Definitely that. Definitely that. Definitely that. Definitely the Pit of Offering. Definitely the green and blue. Don't need the Wander Glyph. Don't really need that. Cloud Guard. Poetic Ingenuity. Hotfoot Gnome. Tally's Favor. Blade Master. 1,000 Moons. Definitely going to cut a Glorifier. Sun Cavalry. Jester's Aid is going to come out. Family Reunions, we'll keep 1 in. Probably run 3 blasts. I don't think we need 4 of those. Sunscribe is fine. Blowgun. Well, Blowgun is a little slow. Tomb Raider and Landmark are fine. We need to cut 4 more cards. Lots of 2-drops. Get rid of the Sun Cavalry. We got lots of white early on and red later in late game. Cut one of these 1,000 Moons. See how many creatures we got. 1, 3, 7, 8, 10, 11, 15. Yeah, 14, 15 creatures is fine. Still have to cut 2 cards. Yeah, the Landmark, probably not good enough. And the Glorifier's probably not. So there we go, we got 40 there. Let's pick some sleeves. We haven't much unlocked on this account. Let's go with the clouds here. Alright, so there's our draft deck. Boris kind of aggro. Next video we'll get into some of the matches.